Varun, but as far as the medicine prices in India is concerned, from what my friends have told me and from what I've read, it seems like India has done a great job in regulating the medicine prices as compared to the West. What do you think about that?
Drugs ka, if you see drug ka cascade, right? Like it's essentially fully patented drugs, which is generally 1% of the market. Okay. Primarily made by people like AstraZeneca. Only they can make their drug, it's patented, generally super high value, very, very targeted for like small cell lung cancer ka specific drug hai, wahi banate hain, right? Then you have branded generics, which is medicines that are like Dolo is a branded medicine.
Okay.
Right. Then you have trade generics. Now, trade generics is a business model innovation by pharma companies. What they will do is that they will take, let's say Cipla ka kuch medicine hai. So they will say Cipla T instead of Cipla A, and they will change the trade margin. So
what do you mean by trade margin?
So let's say branded medicine अगर आप ले रहे हो, तो let's say Dolo 650 ले रहे हो आप, ठीक है? तो Dolo 650 में आपको जो रिटेलर है उसको 20% मार्जिन है, राइट? तो बेच रहा है, आपका डोमिनेंट शेयर है उस लोकेलिटी में, एरिया में, पिन कोड में, तो आप वो बेच रहे हो, तो बढ़िया चल रहा है. देन देयर इज अ लोकेलिटी इन विच यू डोंट हैव मार्केट शेयर, यू वांट टू एंटर, बट यू डोंट वांट टू फक अप योर ओवरऑल मार्जिन स्ट्रक्चर. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ डोलो यू विल कॉल इट कोलो, मेड बाय सेम कंपनी, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ सिप्ला और whoever makes Dolo, उसी का आएगा. It will be called Colo 650, right? And in that, you will give the retailer 70% margin, 30% margin, or 40% margin, something like that, right? So now he is incentivized to push this. But this is not a quality issue, right? And then there is a final one, which is the full generic, which is the white powder thing, जो कि कुछ गाँव में बिक रहा है, वहाँ पे efficacy का issues है. But the medicine prices are varying because of this. So actually, there are two reasons. One is the Indian government has done an outstanding job not bowing to global pressure of medicines. There is a very landmark case that happened, I think 10-15 years ago, Government of India versus Novartis, where Novartis had some life-saving drug which was costing 1.5 lakh rupees or something. I forget the exact specific, but it was a very high value. And the Indian law says that you have to do enough efforts to make sure it is easily accessible and widely available. Otherwise, patent protection will not apply in India because obviously our lives are more important than your profits. Correct. Right answer. Novartis, I'm little oversimplifying, but Novartis basically argued that since that medicine was available at every pharmacy at 1.5 lakh rupees, it was easily accessible. So the court told him कि bro 1.5 lakh रुपए का दवाई बेच रहे हो, क्या फूंक के आए हो, accessibility की बात कर रहे हो, your patent does not apply. India can completely violate your patent and make this because others are making this for 5,000. We're like, people will die if they don't get this. We can't support this, right? So India has had a very strong policy for years.
So they were making for 5,000 rupees.
India's making 5,000, correct?
And they were selling it for 1.5 lakh.
हाँ, because मेरा patented drug है, कोई और बना नहीं सकता है. 20 साल का patent होता है typically when they invent a new medicine, right? And they'll justify saying R&D costs and all, some of that is true, but not at the cost of people's lives, right? Like,
तो गवर्नमेंट बोला कि पेटेंट बाहर में गया, हम
India has a very good policy on this. कि if you do not do this for India, and dude, हमारे यहाँ से बन के तुम्हारे जा रहा है. Right? Like we make 50-60% of the world's medicines, if not more, right? So then we should get that benefit here. So India has a very strong local manufacturing on medicine, lot of talent, lot of deep supply chain we have availability. Yes, things can improve and all that, but in general, I think Indian government has been right on this, saying that we will not allow you to exploit people because of your expensive medicines. We will make sure they're available to our people at prices. Now, of course, in that industry has to come in and do many things. But that is the reason why India made drug prices are so low, because it is a significant level of effort that the government makes to ensure that people have access to this, which is why pharmacies are so widely available. It's like FMCG now, right? If you can get Sunsilk somewhere, you can get Crocin somewhere, right? So access and affordability is not an issue on medicines for the most part, right? The thing is, there is a larger industry thing saying that India should do its own active ingredient because we still import that from China and all that. But my personal opinion, that is the way our government is going, that is only a matter of time. It is structurally critical for India though, to make these things ourselves, right? So if you think about the original problem of the cost structure of healthcare, right, that we were talking about, lot of the equipment today is made by international companies. वो 3 ही लोग MRI बनाते हैं, तो 10 साल से वही MRI 12 crore का बिक रहा है. What other electronic equipment in this world that was made 10 years ago today sells for more than it sold 10 years ago? No.
So Varun, if I have to summarize the last 1 hour of our conversation, you've essentially said that capex is the root cause of all healthcare problems in India, especially when it comes to hospitals. where high cost results into a sales incentivized structure. Secondly, we spoke about bad design because they're optimizing for the number of beds. So they don't really care about the customer experience, the patient experience. Wherever they get a space, they would want to squeeze in something that is efficient for them, not something that is convenient for the customer.
Or even for the doctor for that matter.
Or even for the doctor. That's an irony. And thirdly, we spoke about medicines where India has done a great job. Great. Hi guys, if you loved watching this clip and if you want to do a deep dive into the podcast, we've mentioned the link in the description. So click that link, watch that podcast and take notes. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more clips.